Hello everyone, and I welcome all of you to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. So friends, today we have a special guest with us, and her name is Kajal Goyal, and she has cracked Infosys a specialist programmer role. And today she is here to guide you all like how to prepare for the written test, how to prepare for the interview. So before we start, so Kajal, we wanted to know a bit about yourself.
Yeah. Hi everyone. My name is Kajal, and I have worked with Infosys as specialist programmer, and currently I'm working with EPAM systems. So I have total experience of 3 years, 8 months as a Java backend developer. So I'm currently living at Chandigarh, and since I have experience of specialist programmers, so I can guide you everything about the preparation strategy, what all the questions are being asked by the Infosys if you're applying for a specialist programmer role. So this is a bit about myself.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so basically, Infosys has now released, the vacancies for a specialist programmer role,
Hmm.
and that link will be also in description, so other students can apply. So now the major challenges comes here, like what all to prepare for this
Hmm.
Infosys specialist programmer because they're giving a very good package, 9.5 lakhs per annum. So
Hmm.
definitely, the questions which they will ask will be of also of that level. So we they have like basic, medium, and difficult level. So can you please talk on that?
Yes. So basically, Infosys conduct first of all, the first round will be the written round, and the second one will be the interview round. So if we talk particularly about the written round, in this we will be having the three questions. First will be the easy, second will be the medium, and third will be the difficult, as you've already mentioned. So talking about the easy one, they basically focus more on the arrays, searching, sorting algorithm. So whatever the question they described now in the first round, the easy portion will be covered with these topics only. Like in this, they also cover strings topics as well. So you can study through these topics: arrays, strings, searching, sorting algorithm. That is very, very important for the easy questions. And now moving on to the medium one. So basically, what Infosys do is in the medium one, they usually ask questions based on greedy algorithm. In this, sometimes they also cover questions based on backtracking as well, because sometimes happens like they have asked questions regarding to backtracking, or they have not covered greedy algorithm. So sometimes Infosys switch on these two topics when it comes to the medium one. And talking about the difficult level, they usually ask questions from dynamic programming. It's very, very important topic, and usually Infosys ask question on that particular topic. But currently, if I talk nowadays, Infosys has changed their pattern little a bit. Like earlier, they focus more on DP, but now in their difficult part, they usually ask questions from binary search trees as well as graph also. Like they have increased their level, I would say, because they are offering a very lucrative package that is 9.5. So they expect students to be well versed with the graph topics as well. Yeah, and in this, the first round, since easy, medium, difficult will be the three questions that will be provided, and the students will be expected to do at least two plus questions. Because what happen if the student has not done questions like two plus, so there are very less probability they'll be selected as specialist programmer. Because nowadays, since the competition has increased, there are so many students who are being applying for this job role. So it's mandatory that try to solve at least two plus questions if you want to be a specialist programmer. And one more catch is there. Like since there is a medium question, difficult one. Let's suppose if a candidate has solved a difficult one, right? 100%. And let's suppose the candidate has solved medium one with the 50 percentage weightage. Then also he or she can get an interview call, because it depends upon the level of difficulty of that question. Let's suppose if you are doing easy one, and you are doing easy one 100%, and medium one you did 50%, then you are not going to get a chance of the interview call, because there is pattern, right? Medium one will be of higher weightage as compared to the easier one. So try to focus, at least try to do two plus questions if you want to get through Infosys specialist programmer written round as well,
Yeah, yeah,
at
that's true.
least. Yeah.
Even I was seeing like there was some marks distributed for that. So for difficult level, like
Yes.
they will be giving 100 marks, for medium 75, and for easy
Yes.
50. But I'm thinking from the HR point of view. So what if a student is able to solve difficult level of questions and he is not able to solve basic level of question. So what does it represent? So
Actually, what I would say, the HR has no idea regarding it. The HR is not going to
no, no,
look
no,
at
no,
any
no, no.
of
I'm not
things.
telling
Yeah.
like, I'm just thinking like from like how HR will think, or how a person will think who is not into like coding. So a student is able to solve difficult problem, but not able to solve basic problem. So
Yeah, I
anyway,
agree. But it happens now sometimes if the candidate has started his written round, but he focused more on the difficult one, right? He started with the difficult problem and then he just invested more time on difficult problem. It happens sometimes we haven't tried even the easier one because
true.
we thought that difficult one is the key that we can solve difficult one, then we can get through a specialist programmer. But I would say just look at the question. If you're able to solve easy one, then please try solving easy one and then jump on to the medium one. Sometimes we get so much stuck into the difficult one that the test cases are very important. So we need to pass the test cases, right? There are hidden test cases as well. So don't mess up your written round. So stay focused, try to solve, at least look at the question first. If you are able to grab it at once, then it's fine. Try with difficult one, but still give it a chance to easier one because they're easy to crack as compared to the harder one.
Okay. Okay. One more thing which I wanted to ask. So, will there be like how many test cases we will be expecting in each program? Like suppose basic, medium, or difficult level. So, is there any count or like?
Yes, and there are so many test cases. Like I cannot give you total count, like
Mhm.
because for every question they have certain test cases that needs to be passed. It will be somewhere around 15 test cases, and they are hidden one also. So they used to it's a very difficult round. I would say if the one person has gone through the written round, then interview will be a very easy one for his or her. Like the first barrier or the first challenge or the obstacle will be the written round only because the difficulty level na Infosys is been increasing day by day. So I would say prepare these topics very uh, in depth. Try to focus more on arrays, searching, sorting algorithm, greedy algorithm, recursion, backtracking. Means try to do the lead code questions basically. So don't jump onto directly like I would be able to solve questions because I have just solved a lead code easy one problem. So
Mhm.
that won't be the case. You have to solve the lead code medium one question as well.
Okay. Okay. Great. 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 Okay. So, anything else you wanted to add into this
Yes,
written test and
yes,
how to prepare also? So that
yes.
also like how did you prepare? So basically that will give student idea.
Okay, I'll start with the basic one, arrays. Because if you are
Okay.
a fresher, so array is very important. If you are not aware of any of the programming language, like just pick up the array first. Try to have an understanding on this topic. If you are used to of reading text content, so you can go through Geeks for Geek site. So their content is very good. And if you're a person who used to look at the YouTube videos or the kind of person you watch the content on YouTube like that. So you can watch Apna college videos. They have made very good content on it. So in any programming language, you can pick either C++, Python, or Java. But I have preferred Java language because it's a OOPS language. And in college days also, I was working on Java. So I picked up the Java language. So arrays first. A stepping stone. First of all, you are aware of the arrays. You can jump onto the strings. So strings same way you can go through Geeks for Geeks and then the same channel Apna College. You can cover linear DSA from there as well.
Mhm.
Arrays, strings, linked list, tag, queues. So
Mhm.
once you are done, either you can do this way, like complete your linear DSA and then jump onto the lead code. But I would suggest the best strategy is just try to have an understanding of array topic. Once you are aware of array topic, go to the lead code, try solving easy questions. Because now you will be having your base, right? Because you are understanding what is array, how the functions are being called, whatever the thing. So you
Mhm.
will start understanding the concepts. So try solving the lead code easy one. Once you are able to solve easy one question, jump onto the medium one. So simultaneously, you can do for strings, linked list, tag queues as well. So this way, you will be having better understanding regarding the programming language if you are a fresher, even you are experienced also. Because at a time, what happens is we are not aware of the basic concepts. and we face challenges while solving a particular question within our any of the online tests we go through. So first of all, clear with your basic concepts. Now once you are done with all these basic concepts, now you can jump onto the difficulty level. So difficulty level like the hard one, non-linear DSA. So for that, you need to do recursion first, because if you are not done with recursion, you will not be able to understand how that DP backtracking works. So just start understanding the topic, that is recursion. And again, same lead, try solving lead code problems. And I would suggest for backtracking and dynamic problem, you can watch Aditya Verma's playlist that I have watched, and it was very good. Every concept he has explained in a very good way. And dynamic programming also I have gone through his channel. And rest graph entries, striver striver has made a very good playlist in which he has explained everything in detail. Now, like, each and every concept was very clear once I have gone through his videos. And one more click, Striver's DSA sheet I have also followed, because in that DSA sheet is going to help you out in your written round as well as in your interview as well. Because you cannot consider, like, if you are like clearing your written round just like that, like if you passed your written round, right, but you are not prepared well for the interview, right? So DSA is something that will help you to nail through each of the round interview as well as your written round. So if you have a lesser time, like you cannot solve too many problems, so I would suggest you to follow DSA sheet of Striver. That would help you in your concept building. Let's suppose if you're stuck in any of the problem he has given or he has solved, so you can jump onto the solution as well, but don't jump onto the solution directly. Many of the students do this problem. I also used to do this problem. What happened if I'm like stuck with the problem, right? And I'm giving time like 15 minutes, I'm just like done, means I'm not able to think of the solution, so I directly jump onto the solution. So what happened is my approach, my logical building failed to get built, right? Because sometimes we need our brainstorming. Because in your specialist programmer written test, you will find that you sometimes you the students say we are not able to handle the written test cases, the hidden test cases are failing. The reason being is we have not invested certain amount of time in brainstorming. We have jumped directly to the solution, we have skipped our logical building process, and then we face challenge while solving a particular questions in the specialist programmer or even in any of the online tests we are doing. So I won't say it is too hard, but yes, at least I won't rate it as too easy. It is moderate. So at least you need to prepare yourself before sitting for this written round. If you are lack of time, so go through the concepts, study the content, because text is something that you can understand easily. If you watch a video, it will be more time consuming. Or then you can solve DSA sheet as mentioned. So this is how you can brush up your skill based on the DSA. That is very important. And yeah, so this is all about the written test, and further on I will tell about the interview round as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
before that, I have two questions. So, how many languages like we will be having options to choose from?
Yes.
So,
So you will be having plenty of options, like you have C++, Java, C Sharp, Python. So you can choose any of the language. So there
JavaScript.
will not be JavaScript as well. So there'll not be any issue in any of the programming language. You can choose any language as according, like if you're working on JavaScript, so you can choose that language. It's just a syntax different, na? The logic
Hmm.
always will be same in all the languages, but the syntax different. So you can choose any language based on your choice. So I have opted for I have opted for Java. Yeah. So
Okay, so
anyone can opt for any language. Yeah.
okay, now I have one more question to you. So, like we have product-based companies. So, how do you differentiate the product-based companies written test with this Infosys? Because as you mentioned, so it's like complete DSA we are covering it for Infosys, DSA for 9.5. So, how about Flipkart and all? They pay 30 plus LPA, and how it is different than the product?
See. I will totally agree with you. Like, if I'm preparing that much amount, right? If I'm giving or investing that much amount in DSA, then I will probably be selected easily in the product based company like Flipkart, Myntra, Amazon, be it any name. But sometimes now we lack opportunity, because sometimes if we are fresher, we need a chance. We are from tier 3 college. I was from tier 3 college. I got one company that was coming in my college was Infosys. I didn't get a chance to sit at Amazon or Flipkart. Even though I have applied off campus, I was not getting opportunity there because they look at the college as well. Sometimes it happens, the referral works, the cold email work, but I'm a college student. I don't know how to approach the tech leadership, how to approach HR. I'm a very fresher. I know one company that is coming to my college, whatever their expectation, I'm ready to give. So I do believe give your 100%, sit for this company at least. The day you will be joining this company, you will be having plenty of experience. You gain your experience, you work for 6 months, 1 year, gain some experience, then apply for Flipkart, Amazon. The gate will be open. So service based companies provide you gate to enter into the product based company. It is not end. It's not the final ladder that you have reached. It is the first ladder. It's a first step that you are having. So you have to reach a mile ahead, right? So
Mhm.
I would say don't think of like Infosys service based company. I have a plenty of knowledge. Don't let it to your ego, right? Don't let it to your ego. How can I sit? I have prepared so hard, Striver, DSA sheet, backtracking, all that. I will suggest keep it light. Just prepare hard for this. Once you are in, you will be getting huge amount of opportunity within the company, the project exposure. Because sometimes what happens, we are just learning DSA. We don't have any communication skills. We lack our preparation in terms of projects, right? So
Yeah.
Infosys give you very good training. They will teach you a lot of things, so it's a good start you can do. So I would say if you have opportunity of Amazon or Flipkart, then go with that, obviously. But if you have don't have any opportunity right now, so at least try with Infosys, give you a certain amount of time, and then side by side keep on trying for other companies as well. So I will rate, yeah, specialist programmer role is quite difficult. It's same as the product based company that you can easily crack at the same time. But yes, since it's a service based company, so but at least they are expecting that at this package. We cannot deny that. So at least we can try. So I cannot change the company's pattern, but being a student, we can only try and we can give our best and we can get out of the company a huge amount of learnings. This is only our objective should be.
Okay, so let us come to the interview part. So can you
Yes.
please explain like how many rounds of interview were there, like tech
Yes.
round, MR round,
Mm,
sorry, HR round, and what is the
mm,
duration, and few
mm.
questions which you can recall because it's been 3 years, I think. So you might not
No,
be able.
no, I can recall each and every question because for me at that time, cracking specialist programmer at 9.5 was huge. I was not thinking anything about product based company anything because when you are at 3.6 package and you get a jump to 9.5, it seems huge being a student. So every student can relate to me as well. So I would share my interview experience as well. So that would be probably different for everyone. Let's suppose if you are a college student, you are fresher, you are applying for this role. So your preparation strategy should be somewhere different. First of all, DSA is very important. I have covered everything. So just go through array, strings, stack, queues, backtracking, DP, binary search trees, whatever the topics I have already mentioned in the written round, right? Once you are done with your DSA, you have to pick project is very important. Being a college student, you must have done your internships, you must have prepared the project within the college. So project is your best tool to give your maximum output to the interviewer. You can showcase your project, and so the interviewer can ask questions from that particular project. And the project you can prepare like by heart, right? Because the project is something the interviewer is going to ask. So prepare yourself for the project. And programming language, whatever the programming language or the technology you mention in your resume, make sure you are well versed with that programming language because the interview is going to ask from that particular programming language. Like you cannot say like I have mentioned Java, I have mentioned JavaScript, but I don't know, I cannot answer these questions. That won't run. Like the interview is going to ask from that programming language you have mentioned, any of the technology you have mentioned, or you have made the project on that particular technology or framework. He is going to ask question on that particular technology. So since prepare yourself on that area. Next, since you are fresher, so DBMS is something that they want the student must know about it. So DBMS, that database management system, they ask. The questions from operating system and computer networks are also asked. And I would say that if someone who is fresher is preparing, just go to the most important interview questions, because what happened, the interviewer who is conducting your interview now, they are also some experienced persons. He also has not read through DBMS and computer networks from so years. Like, so he will be also going to search side by side on the internet most important questions of computer networks, DBMS, and like that he's going to ask the question. And yeah, if you're going for the specialist programmer, one thing, make it clear that they are going to ask you to write a code. ev- to every student whoever appear for the like interview, they usually ask, just they ask to open any of the id you are comfortable in, online compiler you can open, and then they will ask you to write a code. So I'll come back to my experience. So since I was already there with the company and I was an experienced professional, so if you're experienced one, so it is very mandatorily important first to go through your projects, that whatever the projects that you have worked on, and go through the projects that the Infosys has provided you training on. So I got the training on .NET technology. So I had made sure that whatever the project I have made during training, I'm well versed and well aware of that particular project, and well aware of the particular project I was doing within the company. So I have gone through the entire project. So when I have joined the link now, so first of all, the interviewer asked me about my introduction. So prepare well with the introduction and intro. Just clarify everything, whatever the technology you have worked on, what are your expertise in. Let's suppose if I'm a .NET developer, at that time I was working as a .NET developer. So share your experience or share your technology, whatever the projects you have worked on. So you are giving the interviewer a point to ask, like you are sharing him your technologies na at the beginning, like you can ask question from these technologies I've already worked on. So this way fresher can start their intro. Just don't mention a huge thing, just mention your strong skill set, right, at the first when you are giving your intro. So you have given your intro, and after that he started asking questions based on my project. Because in intro as well, I have already mentioned about my tech stack and the project I have worked on. So he started grilling me on project side, whatever the projects I have done on training and whatever the projects I've been working with the company itself. And later on, he asked me to share the screen and he asked me DSA question. So the first question was find minimum maximum sum pair in array. So he given me an array problem and he asked me to find minimum maximum sum pair. So I have solved the question and he wanted to run the question. Like he wanted me to run, like compile the question successfully. He wanted to see the results. So it happens. Sometimes they can ask you to write on a notepad and sometimes they want you to execute on any of the ID. And then later, when I was able to execute it successfully, he jumped on to another question that was uh, to detect how you can detect a cycle in a linked list. So he jumped on to a topic that is the linked list. So I have solved this problem with a brute force approach. So here is a click. You cannot solve with brute force. He's directly said like you are solving it with brute force approach. So try solving it with optimized approach. So I kept on solving and he kept on asking until I came up to a final solution that was the optimized one. So that was Floyd detection algorithm. Once I have solved it this way, so he was pretty satisfied. Then after that, he asked me, how would you rate yourself in DSA? So I was pretty confused. Like if I would say 10 out of 10, so he may ask me question regarding graph as well, because I was not aware of that time graph, because I have skipped that topic back then. So I said I would rate myself 8 because I thought that I would rate 8. So if he asks question like graph, I can skip them because I would say 10 out of 10. Then how can I like if he would have countered question like he asked tell me about graph. So I cannot deny na, that I don't know graph because I've already made him sure that 100% I have knowledge on DSA. So don't bluff like that. So take a calculative decision or thought process within your interview. Okay, so now moving on to the next, then he asked me one thing. You have already mentioned you have already working on .NET technology since you have done the code in Java language. Why is that so? Because what happens now, whatever the programming language or the skill set we are mentioning to the interviewer, he understands that this is the only programming language you are strong at. But on the other side, you are writing the code in another language. Mentioning C sharp is the skill set I have, but I'm writing the code in Java rather than C sharp. So at least in front of the interviewer, you are writing the code in any of the language, so it is very important to at least know the basic concept of that language, right? So in that sense, I have handled the question in that way. I told him that from the college days I'm working with the Java programming language. I have made some of the project on Java as well. And since there are so many content available on the online for this programming language, Java, so I'm more comfortable with Java when it compares to C sharp. So then he said, you are comfortable with Java, so tell me what is hash map and what is the internal working of hash map. Tell me about the oops concepts of Java. So this is how I would say, if any of the programming language you are writing your code in front of the interviewer, make sure at least you are aware of the basic concepts of that programming language. Now students get so much confused. Like some students are just like me, some students are very comfortable in Java language, right? Like let's suppose they have they have given the first round with the Java language, right? And now they are confused, like I have given my written round in Java language, will the interviewer be going to ask Java language in the interview as well? Like let's suppose I am very good at JavaScript, but I'm confused, like I have given the written round in Java, but I know JavaScript, I am well I have strong knowledge on JavaScript, I want interviewer to ask question on JavaScript only. So yeah, you can regulate your interview according to you. Interviewer doesn't know in which language you have given your written test. He is the one who is going to judge you based on your resume that you have handed him over, and the knowledge that you are showing him in your intro as well. So whatever the skill set you are going to write in your resume, just mention JavaScript, just mention the projects that you did regarding web development. So he's just going to ask you question regarding JavaScript. Let's suppose if he countered you as well. So in which programming language you did your written round. So just mention JavaScript. What's the issue in that? Means it's your side, it's your personality that you have to show to the interviewer. He doesn't know anything about you, your personality, your past experience. It's the 1 hour who is going to decide everything. Just the 1 hour. So play your game according to your convenience. So I would suggest first, if you're fresher, whatever the skills you are mentioning in your resume, just go through all the technologies, whatever the language, programming language you mentioned, technology you are mentioning, and DS is very important. Because nowadays they are conducting the written round or what you would say interviews. They are asking questions like linked list also, priority queues also, solve to some problem, lead code problem that is, and write a code on palindromic subsequence, find maximum subarray. Like these kind of questions they are usually asking. They sometimes ask questions on linked list, collections, queues as well, priority queues. So I would suggest that at least go through these important concepts once, and the DSA sheet you can solve through Striver. So you are good to go if you are aware of the basic concepts, your resumes, and programming language. Yeah.
Great, great. So you covered almost all the things. Okay, so maybe I'll have one or two more questions before we wind up. You are from CSC background or
No, I'm from IT background, information technology.
so you learned DSA in your college itself, like during your college, or during the placement time you learned DSA?
No, actually, during my second year, I have started learning DSA. So I've started same way. I've started with arrays, string, linked list, tag queues. So basically, linear DSA was the one that I have gone through all those topics during my college. But yeah, but I would say the those parts, na, like backtracking, greedy algorithm, these all concepts I have gone through just before the specialist programmer interviews, like sorry, written test. Like I came to know that they focus more on these topics, they focus more on these topics. So I took a challenge. I have been given with 3 to 4 months. I have to crack specialist programmer anyhow. Means sometimes people says manifestation doesn't work. Manifestation works because you, if I would have said to myself, I don't know graph right now, I have not prepared backtracking as well. I'm not gonna clear a specialist program. I have seen many of my friends not applying for specialist programmer because they said we don't know these DSA. I know we are not going to clear it, so better not to apply, not to give the written test. We are fail. Like we are going to fail now. What's the use of giving this hard type of paper? So I think at least if you have quit or if you have given up just before trying, obviously you are not going to put any kind of efforts. I have tried whatever the amount of time I was getting. I had tried at that time. I had put some efforts. Means I think at whatever the level I was before, I had gone some way ahead. Then rather than not trying, right? So I would suggest you to try, not to let your spirit low, like you are not going to clear this exam, because many a times people have confusion, this is a hard test, so we are not going to clear it. So I have wrapped up all those concepts just 3 to 4 months before, but I tried hard. I given little more time, I would say. If you have lesser time now, then you have to stretch up your time. This is the only thing you can do. So this is how I prepared.
Okay, that's
But
great.
I have given a thought to my mind, like I have to clear it
Yes,
anyhow. Like
we have to decide
yeah,
that. Okay, and it's see that's what I always tell a student. So you have to think that if we cannot do it, nobody else can do it. So with that mindset,
yes,
you prepare. See, either we will, succeed or we will learn. So failure also means it's first attempt in learning. So definitely,
yes,
that's what is fail. So at least you will learn something, and that you can implement it for the other
yes,
examination. So that's great, Kajal. So you covered all the points. Now I don't have any question to ask. So yeah, these are the things which students needs it basically when they are preparing for the exams. So thank you for coming to our platform and guiding the student.
yes. And one more thing I wanted to add,
Yes,
like
yes.
I'm myself a YouTuber,
Oh,
and on
sorry.
my channel, yeah, and on my channel I have uploaded videos regarding specialist programmer as well, because I have interviewed some of my friends who have already cleared the specialist programmer role. So whosoever is preparing for the specialist programmer role, they can go and check out that video as well. So in this video, I have shared my detailed preparation strategy as well as my interview experience along with other my friends who have cleared this interviews or specialist programmer role. So yeah, so this is all
Actually,
about me.
yeah, I was about to ask this question, but somehow you forget. And I
Oh,
got to know about you from your YouTube channel itself. So the content which you have put is really, I mean, very much informative. So see, there are a lot of contents on YouTube available, frankly speaking. But when a student, they know they waste a lot of time in searching the right videos and the right content. But on your YouTube channel, so whatever videos you have, limited number of videos, but all the videos are quite informative. And I mean, if you watch one video, that's all. You don't have to watch another video to know about how to prepare or the preparation strategy and things like that. And I would also request you to put some more videos, preparation related
yes,
videos,
I'll do. Yeah,
yeah, so that it
yeah,
will
I'll
help
do.
the student. So I'll put your YouTube channel link in the description so that students can have a look at it.
And yeah, and I'm feeling very great that I got an opportunity to come at your channel, because I remember at my colleges I used to study from your channel. The way, the style of your teaching is very good, and for
Thank
my
you.
interview preparation of Infosys company, I was preparing for system engineer role, and your videos has helped a lot. Like you are really doing a very great thing for the community, for the students, or for the experienced professional as well. And just keep doing the great work. Yeah. Thank you so
Thank you.
much for
So
all those
it's
videos you have uploaded. Yeah.
thank you. It's all because of you guys only. So when you guys come here and then you guide the student, see, because I'm working in only one company, so definitely I'll have very limited knowledge. But when you guys come and share your experience of all those things, so it definitely relates somewhere to the students and they get more benefit actually. So thank you once again.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.